Oh, hey, what's up, guys? JD here. I hope you're doing well today. I got a review for you. I'm really excited to get into this one. Let's do it. All right, guys, got a very exciting brand new release for a model that I think a lot of you are going to really love. We're going to look at the brand new budget F5.4. Let's get into it. All right, so what we're going to do today, we're going to do some size comparisons, profile comparisons, jump into my thoughts and impressions. Let's go ahead and kick it off with a couple of budget knife comparisons against the F5.4. We have the CJRB Hectare as the small knife comparison, very similar to your bug out. And then we got the CJRB Prado. Very cool. You can see they did go ahead and keep the F5.4 as a very small size offering here, very EDC friendly, gonna be a very easy carry. But we'll jump into the ergos in just a second, and we'll bring the Hectare back out here for those profile comparisons. Let's go ahead and bring out a very well-known small companion carry, and that is going to be the Wii Roxy 3. You can see that the F5.4 is very similar in size to that Roxy 3. So if you're familiar with that and like that, this might catch your attention if you're more on the budget side or you want a little bit of a beater. For the big knife comparison, I'm going to bring out the Wii Nefaris. Then you can see, pretty obvious. It's a small knife, right? Very small knife. Love that knife. This is a great, great knife. All right, let's go ahead and do some profile comparisons against the F5.4. We're going to start it off with the Hectare. The Hectare is going to come in a little bit thinner, and your F5.4 is going to be a more thick comparison. But let's check it out against the Roxy 3 and see what we got here. All right, we have the it's slightly thicker. I have to use the thumb there to keep it from sliding as I rotate it up. It's really hard to keep it from moving around. But how does this F5.4 carry in pocket, guys? All right, let's see here. So going to be a more shallow carry. Got a nice fold over deep carry clip. Your mill titanium is going to ride a little bit higher in the pocket, but not awful. I would say that your Hectare is probably going to be pretty comparable to how they carry down in the pocket. But let's check the weight on the 5.4 and see really quick. What is this coming out at? 4.2 ounces. Not that bad for a budget-friendly knife. And while you're here, don't forget, smash that like button, hit that subscribe, make sure you have your notification bell turned on. You don't want to miss any future content. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. We're going to talk about the ergos. So F5.4 is not that far off from the 5.5. It's big brother. It's a 3 and, well, just a 3-finger grip for me because I don't have that forged choil. I think it is cool that they elected on the budget model to go ahead and throw a flipper tab on there. But again, it's just 3 fingers for me. If you have smaller hands, this is probably going to work a little bit better for you. Or if you just want something that's going to be a companion carry, or maybe just in the summer you want something, a little bit, I can't say lighter because it's actually going to be, pretty heavy for its size. But if you just want a little beater, something you can throw in your gym shorts or something like that when you're rocking in the summer, I think this is going to work okay for you. No real hot spots to speak of. I can, because I hang off the back, I can feel the pocket clip here hitting on my pinky a little bit. So that is something to take into consideration. But they got some cool jimping here on this lanyard hole back spacer design that they carried over from the 5.5 down to the 5.4. So that is really cool. And, they did offer some really grippy texturing G10 on here. The lines, they kept all the lines the same, so very comfortable overall. You got good access to the lock bar on the 5.4. The only complaint I have, again, with the larger hands is when that flipper tab drops down to the thumb, it gets it kind of trapped in between the detent ball and that lockout position, so it's kind of like in no man's land. I find most of the time I can't quite get it there going directly into where it's most accessible. It's a little tight for where I tried to compensate, so I try to go a little bit lower so I can get it past that detent ball to drop, but it is, it's a very tight fit and a little uncomfortable. So what I would probably say, if you do an update to the 5.4, I'd probably just say add a little bit more relief cut on there, but do keep that liner lock flush with the scale. I do like that from an ergonomic perspective. It does keep it really comfortable. You do have ceramic bearings in a stamp cage, so you got really smooth action, good deployment, and I even like this jimping on the flipper tab that they added for the 5.4. Really, really nice. Really nice. Works really good. D10 on it is solid. I would say if they could maybe chamfer this out a little bit more just to make it easier to get in there for the reverse flick. It is a very stout detent for that reverse flick, so it is hard to get in there for that reverse flick, and it actually hurts a little bit there just because the access is just a little tight. I think you could probably, I don't know, maybe bring this in a little bit and do the same there, and you could still keep the same lines, or yeah, because there's really no room to come out any further. I wouldn't want to ruin the design by trying to raise it up a little bit, but maybe you could make it a little bit thinner on that top bar there and make it easier to get into. I think that would help a little bit. Or if you could elongate, would that mess it up? Yeah, you could elongate and it actually accommodate a little bit more finger in there, because really you're not getting 4 fingers on this one. It's going to be really a 3-finger grip. Outside of that, it actually works pretty good for that thumb deployment too. I do catch my finger a little bit right there on that sharp spot, so maybe just knock that down a little bit to smooth it out, because you do feel it on there. D2 steel, not going to complain about that at this price point. It is a budget variant of the 5.5. So the 5.4 is just going to be D2 steel, which is going to hold a really good edge. It's going to be more of a toothy type of steel, so it's going to saw through instead of slice through your materials, but it's going to hold up a really long time. They did a good job coating on this one here. That's going to help eliminate some of the corrosion if you're worried about that. Nice acute tip. That's going to work really well for the draw cuts and utility work. And you got a little bit of belly there, so if you're trying to do a little bit of tabletop cutting, you probably can get away with it. It's not going to be the best, but it is a good all-arounder that is going to get all of those tasks taken care of for you. All that coming in for about $50, and they were running a special here recently, so it was actually $30. That is incredible value on the 5.4, guys. It's going to be really hard to make any type of alternative recommendations for this one. It is just really a banger for the money. A nice small knife if you have smaller hands, and just a cool companion carry. That being said, April Fools, this is not a real review. This is not really the 5.4, even though it does look, in my opinion, just like the Urban EDC F5.5. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I just wanted to do something kind of fun for April Fools. I thought this would be a great opportunity to kind of point out and poke fun a little bit at the fact that the Remet Seahorse has a lot of strong similarities to the 5.5, all in fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Shout out to everyone out there that stayed tuned to the end. It really does help the channel. Thank you for leaving a like and being a subscriber. Make sure you have that notification bell turned on, and a special thank you to all those channel members out there. You guys are fantastic. I appreciate all the support of the channel. Hope you have a fantastic week. Until next time, peace.